Well, I was originally going to save this for tomorrow, but I thought I'd just get two out of the way today. But what's going on, guys? My name is Antonio, and this is the All Around Sportscast. I'm your host, Antonio. Today, we are looking at the NFC and AFC South teams. Last time, we started our series of going over each section's draft, which last time I went over the North teams, and this is episode 2 of my series that I have going on since the draft is just around the corner. I'm going over each individual team on their draft needs. I'm going over the South today, which today we're going over the South. So if you guys do enjoy this video, please make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new, if you haven't already. For now, let's get this thing started. So starting off with the NFC South. Probably one of the biggest disappointments last year in Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. Now, Carolina did recently make some good moves from what I've seen. They signed Jadeveon Clowney, and they also signed a few other guys, which I've not looked at Carolina because they're in a bit of a heck hole right now. Probably in a bit of a heck hole. I mean, for real. But anyways, I think that this team needs to build up on O-line and also on receivers. They need to load up in those areas. They need to build the offensive line, maybe get a tight end in there, and maybe get a running back. They probably need to build that whole offense, rebuild entirely. But now shifting things over to the defense. You add Jadeveon Clowney, which I think was a good move by the Carolina Panthers, because Jadeveon Clowney is a great player. He showed that last year when he was with the Ravens. Now, for the defense, I could see him going after secondary, and then also along with defensive line, and maybe some linebackers to replace Frankie Louvu. But not going to be high expectations for the Carolina Panthers this year. It's just as simple as that. But now moving things down the board to the Atlanta Falcons. After signing Kirk Cousins to a 4-year, $180 million deal, the Falcons seem to have found their quarterback of the future in Kirk Cousins, while also getting new receivers like Rondale Moore, Darnell Mooney, and also along with others in company, including Ray McLeod from the 49ers. Which, this team looks really good. And now that they have the quarterback, they can finally build that offense. That offense has so much talent on their team. I could see them going after more O-line to help Kirk Cousins be protected. And then also, for their defense, I could see them going after another edge rusher, maybe like Dallas Turner, Jared Verse, many guys on the line. So, this is going to be a good year for the Falcons, I believe. I believe they're going to be contending for the NFC South, which the Falcons are a team that my team has to face, the Seahawks, on the road in Atlanta. So, we'll see how that goes. And then we move the board down to these New Orleans Saints, the runner-ups of the NFC South. Just barely got edged out to Tampa Bay, which I'll be going over in just a minute. But New Orleans making big moves after entering the offseason, signing Willie Gay, the linebacker from the Kansas City Chiefs, and Chase Young. I did not see that coming for a landing spot, but he's undergoing neck surgery right now for reasons I don't know. But this team is going to be good. I always look at the Saints as an underdog. I always look at them that way. But I never underestimate them. I never do. Because the Saints are so strong. They are so tough on defense. And they have always put up a game with my Hawks. They've always done it. That's what the New Orleans Saints do. They put up fights. But as far as draft goes, I could see them going after maybe another quarterback, maybe some more O-line to help out with Derek Carr, and then also maybe another receiver, maybe a tight end. But pretty much their defense I really like, because you got now Cam Jordan and you got Chase Young, which that is going to be a dangerous duo to keep an eye out on. I'm just saying it right now. But now we shift things over to the multi-division champion, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who showed up last season Baker Mayfield having a career year. His stats were better than the GOAT, Tom Brady, which ultimately led to a very cool run after beating the Philadelphia Eagles in the wild card round. They ended up moving up to the divisional round where they eventually lost to the Detroit Lions. But this team looks so good. Baker Mayfield, many people underestimate him, and he can ball. And now that you got him with Tampa Bay, he is gonna perform. And I think this is a good move by Tampa Bay to re-sign Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans, and then also along with Vontae David. I do think they're going to go after another linebacker in this draft because I think that they're going to try to replace Devin White after he went to Philly. But other than that, I don't see really anything that Tampa Bay really needs to build on other than O-line. But we'll see what happens with Tampa Bay next season. But they're going to be in the fight. I'm just saying it right now. Now we shift things over to the AFC South, which, first off, you got the Tennessee Titans, who fired Mike Vrabel after, which I think was a dumb move by the Tennessee Titans, to hire a new coach in Brandon Callahan, I believe was the head coach's name. Brandon Callahan, which he's, and then they also make some good moves and get Calvin Ridley, get along with like Tony Pollard, and loads of other guys on the offensive side that can be weapons. But, Will Levis, he looked really good last year. Their record doesn't say it, but the way Will Levis played, he played really good. And especially in that 3-minute comeback in the game against Miami, which I think a lot of people forgot about. But Tennessee, they have the talent to do it. Of course, they don't have Derrick Henry now, but they do have loads of other weapons. They still got a good defense. They still got a great offense in DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley. And, this team's going to be one to watch. I don't think they're going to go to the playoffs, but I do expect this team to at least be competitive. Now we move up to the Jaguars, Jacksonville, Duval. Now, Jaguars had a late season collapse, which ultimately led to the elimination by the Tennessee Titans. But the Jags, I think they're going to go after another receiver after losing Calvin Ridley to the Titans. I do believe they're going to go after more O-line, maybe get another running back to back up Travis Etienne. And then also along with going more defense to have more guys helping Josh Allen, the defensive rusher, not the quarterback. This team is still really good, though. They are going to be back next year, and they're going to be back with something to prove. And then you got the AFC South runner-up in the Indianapolis Colts, who came storming onto the scene last year with Anthony Richardson until he got injured early in the season. And then eventually Gardner Minshew helped take over. But, Anthony Richardson looks so good. I watched him since he was in Florida, and he is a baller. And Anthony Richardson is going to continue to grow. But as far as things I could see them drafting, I do think they're going to go after maybe another receiver to have someone else with Michael Pittman Jr., and then also maybe go more O-line, and then maybe some more defense. Maybe go after some corners, defensive line. I think this team is going to be good next year, and I do have them as one of my sleeper teams, so watch out for the Colts. And then, you got one of the biggest surprises of last season. You got the AFC South champion in the Houston Texans. Texans came storming out onto the scene with C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson, offensive and defensive rookies of the year, who were phenomenal. The Texans came on storming into the scene when they caught my attention when they beat the Cincinnati Bengals in, I don't remember what week it was exactly, but that was pretty much when they caught my attention. And since then, the Texans have performed. They beat the Browns in the opening round of the playoffs and then lost to the Baltimore Ravens. But man, the Texans were so good last year. I mean, who goes 13-3? Correction. Who goes 3-13-1, and then goes 10-7 the next year? I don't know of any team that's done that, but I was so shocked with this team. I was really shocked, and I have much respect for C.J. Stroud. Excuse me. I do believe that Stroud is gonna be better in this league next year, and not only that, you got Joe Mixon now, who I did not see him getting traded. I did not see that coming. And then you also go out and sign Danielle Hunter, which I think was a really good move because he's a big man, he is strong, he is talented, and I think that the Texans, they're going to be a contender next year because they got the entire league on notice. In fact, I think they might have Kansas City on notice. I think they might have Mahomes on notice because of the way he's performing right now. Watch out for the Texans next year. That's all I'm going to say. Alright, so next episode we'll be going over the Eastern teams, which is the AFC East and NFC East, with of course America's team in there. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this list that I mentioned. And let me know what you guys think down in the comments of what each team needs in your guys' opinion. Be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. And I'll be sure to respond if that is indeed possible. But anyways, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on the notification bell for day-to-day updates on my videos and live streams. And I'll catch you all in the next one. So long for now.